A couple days ago, I started a new novel, and something just hasn't felt right. I'm not able to get into the flow and create momentum with it, and I just realized why. It's because the way we tell stories in this modern Western world does not resonate with me. And it really never has, but I thought I needed to follow that kind of structure in order to write fiction and tell stories. It's all conflict, drama, a lot of violence, even in a lot of cases, very linear progression of storytelling. It mimics and mirrors the modern Western mind, all of those things: conflict, drama, linear progression. I'm not about that. It doesn't resonate with me. I like to create myths and tell stories that remind people of the truth, the essence of who they are. I like sparking spiritual awakening, things like that. I don't want to write stories that's just an emotional roller coaster that people say, wow, I went through so many emotions and all that. I don't want to get into complexity in the head type of stuff. Again, I want to remind people the truth of who we all are. I want to spark people being aware of their own awareness. That's why I write. So I feel like what I need to lean into even more, and maybe you feel similarly too, that's why you're watching this, to lean into creating new mythology for humanity. So not just stories for the sake of telling stories, not just dramas, things like that, but stories that activate the truth of who we are. Like I said, remind us who we are. Spiritual awakening, catalyzing that. And it might take on very different forms than how novels, movies are expressed and put together these days. And that's cool. So that's my observation and my contemplation for the day. And maybe you vibe with it. Maybe you write poetry. Maybe you feel called to create different kinds of stories because the purpose, there's a higher purpose to it instead of just entertainment. All right, that's it.